Hello guys, what is going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Honestly, right now, I am so hyped. Rockstar have not just announced, but they have released what I would consider one of the best DLC trailers we've ever had for GTA Online. So the next update coming out just next week on Tuesday, December 12th is the Doomsday Heist updates. And if you guys haven't watched the trailer already, I would definitely recommend doing so. There will of course be a link in the description. It is so awesome. But in this video, I'm going to be breaking down that trailer and going through all the new content Rockstar have shown off and revealed so far. And trust me, there's loads of it. This update will definitely be one of the biggest and best we ever get in GTA Online. So let's get straight into things and start off with a description Rockstar have given us on the newswire about this. They have said, a billionaire tech mogul, an idealistic intelligence agent, a socially awkward conspiracy theorist, and a neurotic supercomputer have been forced into an unlikely alliance to save San Andreas from total annihilation. As apocalyptic threats mount from enemies unknown, you and your criminal crew are enlisted to entangle mysteries and eradicate threats spanning from the bustling streets of downtown Los Santos to the ocean floor, and all the way to the inner depths of Mount Chiliad in an epic new online adventure. So there we go. That's the description Rockstar have given us for this update, and if I may say so myself, it sounds insane. Especially reading this after watching the trailer now a few times, it all makes sense. But it also sounds like this update is very different to the usual theme we'd have in GTA Online. Whereas most past updates have added new businesses and criminal enterprises into the game, this one sounds so much bigger in the terms of what we have to do for this update. Basically, it sounds like we have to save Los Santos from a possible apocalyptic situation. Anyway, but let's move on to the trailer and start breaking it down and taking a closer look at the content shown off. So the trailer starts off with this opening scene, with the characters walking into what appears to be this sort of conference room with a load of computers on the one wall, with the tech billionaire that Rockstar referred to in that newswire description, and Lester as well, introducing us to the problem at hand. Now, presumably this room is in one of the new business properties releasing with this update, and the room itself is the heist setup room. And straight away as we walk into the room, we can see a new attack helicopter displayed on the computer monitors, resembling the AH-66 Comanche. And further evidence this is the heist setup room. You can see on the monitors right now, we have a number of different missions listed, such as the preparation missions, and then missions which haven't been unlocked yet, and what appears to be the DeLorean is shown in these images as well, which is shown later off in the trailer, and we'll talk about that a little later on. And then in this next scene, literally everything shown off is new from the location. It appears to be a server room. And then as for the characters, they're all wearing completely new clothing items. There's some new headgear as well, which appears to be either night vision or thermal vision goggles. And then as for their weapons, they're not necessarily new, but they appear to be upgraded to Mark II, which means more of the weapons available in-game will now become Mark II weapons. We'll have the option to be upgraded with a lot more attachments, things such as new silencers, new scopes and stuff like that. And then we're shown another brand new helicopter, which appears to be the Osprey, which looks to be weaponized as well, with a turret on the front of it, which I'm guessing can be operated by the passenger. And then we're shown this scene, which at first might seem like it's inside the Osprey, but personally I'm not so sure, because the inside looks too big, but basically it is an MOC of the sky. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this is from another aircraft and not the Osprey. But either way, feast your eyes on this bad boy. It is a ballistic missiles launcher, and if I may say so myself, it looks absolutely awesome. I'm kind of surprised we didn't receive something like this in the gun running update, but either way, we can expect this now, next week, in the Doomsday Heist update. Now it's in this next scene that we're introduced to the intelligence agent for the first time. I'm guessing she's a part of the FIB, but that isn't made clear in the trailer. And you can also spot Agent 14 as well, sitting in this conference room too, so it really shows you that all hands on deck and all the characters are really involved in this update. And it's also worth pointing out, on our left hand side, we have 4 online players, which I'm guessing means you'll have to have 4 players, just like Heist, for this organization. You can't have any more or any less. Moving on though to the next scene, we're then shown off a brand new armored truck, which at first I thought looked very similar to the police riot van that we have in game, but it's basically just a longer and armored variant of that, but it's actually very different. As you guys can see, it has a ramming blade on the front, very similar to the one we have on the armored box fill in game. which means when you ram into vehicles, it easily shunts them out of the way. It is also a 6-wheel vehicle as well, so it has 2 axles on the back. It also has mesh around the windows, and what I'm guessing are turrets on the roof as well. And I've got a feeling these will be controlled in a control center in the back of the van by the passengers. But it's worth pointing out, this van also has the police sirens. You can spot the blue and red lights on the front of it and on the side, so it might be a police vehicle that we can't actually buy. And if it is, I'm not too sure where we'd store it because it's so long. It wouldn't be something you could even store in your garage, so new business properties would have to have their own storage area if it is something we can even buy. And then we're shown a brand new plane, which as you can see has a bombing feature and also has turrets as well, both on the bottom and the top of the plane. Now I'm pretty sure this plane is based upon the B-1 bomber from real life, but if I'm wrong and someone knows exactly what it's based upon, of course let me know by leaving a comment on this video. And the final section from this scene, we can see what appears to be a missile launcher on top of a hill, possibly Mount Chiliad, firing missiles at this plane as well. So maybe there's a feature in this update where we can place down automated missile launchers. But then again, these might just be a part of a mission and you can't physically get them yourself in-game. Moving on though, and in this next scene, I'm sure straight away you guys can spot a few things. So we have Lester, the intelligence agent, and Agent 14 arguing over a few things, but behind them is a white car. I'm not entirely sure what this white car even is, but it's definitely some form of new classic car. And then in the top left-hand corner, we have what appears to be a plane. I'm not familiar with what it is. It might even be the Osprey we saw earlier on, but I'm not 100% sure. And then literally for half a second, we're shown this scene, one of the characters wearing the outfit shown off earlier on in the trailer, holding one of the shotguns, which appears to have had a Mark II upgrade. So I think it's safe to say a lot more, if not all of the remaining weapons, which haven't got Mark II upgrade options for them, will now become upgradable to the Mark II stage. And then as for what will definitely be the new favourite vehicle in GTA Online when released, the DeLorean. We've all pretty much at some point talked about this and how we'd love to see this in the game, and at last, Rockstar is finally giving us the DeLorean. And by the looks of things, it is heavily inspired by Back to the Future. It will have the ability to fly, and you can also see as well, it fires missiles too, which obviously wasn't a feature in Back to the Future, but Rockstar have made this vehicle weaponized as well. And although Rockstar didn't show this off in the trailer, I've got a sneaky suspicion this might have a special ability when you get to 88 miles an hour. Possibly the ability to teleport, similar to how the DeLorean can in Back to the Future. When you get to that speed, it will time travel. So although teleporting and time traveling aren't quite the same thing, it's the closest we can get, if Rockstar of course want to include that reference or Easter egg to the movie. And then very quickly in this next scene, it literally only lasts a second, we're then shown off another new off-road weaponized vehicle. I'm not too sure exactly what this is based upon, but either way it looks awesome, and you may be able to spot the OffRoad Liberator or monster truck wheels this thing has. They aren't quite as big as the ones on the monster truck, they're probably about half the size, but either way, this thing looks really awesome overall. Now as for this next scene, I'm not 100% sure this is even right, but I do have a theory on what is going on here. I'm pretty sure it looks like the 2 players during one of the missions hang back and have control of some form of satellite or UAV, but it also looks like they have access to something which fires missiles or laser as well to take out a convoy. Now I could be wrong with that, but that's what it looks like in this trailer. Now it's this final section of the trailer where we show loads of things in a very short space of time. So first of all we're shown off this new helicopter, which like I said towards the start of this video, looks very similar to the AH-66 Comanche from real life. And if this trailer wasn't awesome enough already, we're then shown this scene, which is definitely one of the coolest. We're shown some submersible cars, which I thought would be released with gun running when Rockstar released the Ardent in the game, which unfortunately wasn't submersible or even amphibious for that matter. It's worth noting this car is not the Ardent, it is a completely different vehicle, which will be submersible, and you can see we have a submarine as well at the bottom of the ocean. Now it's worth noting, I'm pretty sure the submarine won't be something we can even buy in-game, it is simply just part of one of the missions as referred to on the newswire in the description of this update. But then we're shown this huge rocket or missile which I believe is located in Mount Chiliad. Again, something which Rockstar referred to in the description of this. They said one of the missions would take place deep in the heart of Mount Chiliad, which presumably is where this is located. And as if this update wasn't full of enough awesome content as it is, we're going to be receiving a brand new tank in this update. For the first time ever in 4 years, we're going to have an alternative to the Rhino in GTA Online. It looks very cool and futuristic if I may say so myself, but there is something even better coming up in just a few moments' time. Then, very quickly, we're introduced to one of the contacts, this being the supercomputer, which presumably was built by the tech billionaire. But Rockstar really has left the best for last in this trailer. For the first time ever, we're going to be receiving jetpacks in GTA Online. Over the past 4 years, there have been loads of talks and Easter eggs in the game referring to the jetpack, and at last, Rockstar has answered our prayers. They're going to be giving us a jetpack in GTA Online. Not just that though, but it's also going to be weaponized. But the weapons are upgrades. In the first scene we're shown the jetpack, there are no weapons on them. Then in the second scene, where they're flying around, they have missile launchers on them. So this will be something you'll have to fit to them once you bought it. Hopefully though, it won't be an item you have to research like with the gun running bunker, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So that is it for the Doomsday Heist trailer. Those are all the new items, vehicles, and features shown off in the trailer itself. Now hopefully I haven't missed anything, but if I have, of course, let me know by leaving a comment on this video. There are so many things shown off in this trailer, it wouldn't surprise me. But honestly guys, it looks so awesome. I am so hyped for this update. Of course, only coming out next week on Tuesday, December 12th. I of course want your thoughts and feelings on all of the new items shown off in the trailer, so go ahead and leave a comment and let me know right now. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.